back to 2016, I wonder whether the main figures who brought us Brexit checked their privilege before they told us how to vote. In my mind, these people are Boris Johnson, Nigel Farage and Nigel Lawson. Now let me check their privilege for you now. All male, all white and all financially secure for the foreseeable future. I'm sure they know their privilege, and that's why they were so comfortable stripping away privileges from people like you and me. I see these privileges being stripped away from me as a biracial female with an EU immigrant for a father. The way this privileged minority went about achieving the Brexit vote attacked minorities and the underprivileged, and our government followed suit. Check your privilege. When you create a hostile environment for illegal immigrants, you create a hostile environment for all immigrants and all those deemed to look like immigrants. Check your privilege because you're currently taking mine. There has been a stark rise in hate crime since the 2016 vote, and multiple studies have shown that it's correlated with the referendum. I have no doubt that the reason I had "Leave nigger" shouted at me by random members of the public a few weeks ago was because these men made it okay to attack minorities. Check your privilege because I'm losing mine. These random people made me feel insecure in my own home, made my mother worry to let me out alone. They stole my independence. I ask, how are these the extended freedoms I was promised by you, Mr. Farage? As white, rich men, they will most likely never experience anything like this. Their privilege remains unthreatened whilst I'm watching mine disappear. And I realise that Nigel Lawson will live happily in France, enjoying all the privileges of the EU. Nigel Farage will live happily with his children in Germany, as the Germans wouldn't be so cruel to split up a family. And Boris Johnson would have his pick of anywhere in the world, because let's face it, that's how privileged he is. When I realised this, I felt determined. I checked my privilege and decided that I'm not going to stop fighting until I have achieved equality, where not one person of colour ever feels disadvantaged, no immigrant feels unwelcome, and no woman feels oppressed. Losing fundamental rights as a woman causes me to lose rights that protect me as a human being. I currently feel no security from our government. We have a female Prime Minister who is happy to sign away women's rights, making legal immigrants feel unwelcome, and people of colour feel like second-class citizens with the scandal of the Windrush generation. I say to her and her cabinet, check your privilege. Now imagine you and me, a 16-year-old biracial woman, the daughter of a woman from the Windrush generation, and a man who emigrated from Germany and has worked here his entire life. Check our privilege. Would you be so happy to do what you're doing now?